About to get this show on the road. Scoot up a little bit more. Oh. Got some things to talk about. I got a few things to talk about, not much. Where's the glide? I'll wait till some more people come in and then I'll explain where the road glide's at. Bipolar. Everybody looking for bipolar, huh? Cool. What's up, man? Westside 68. What's going on, brother? Let's let a few more people come in. I'm gonna start announcing that the days that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do one every Sunday. Work, you know. Gotta make money somehow, but I'm gonna start getting back to making my lives on Sunday. The bucket talk, you know what I mean? Without the bucket. I know I got a bucket around here somewhere. But I'm in the chair now. I like to be able to move. West Palm Beach in the building. What's going on, man? Oh, let me get comfortable. I know I'm gonna have some questions to answer today. I'm for it. This week should be the week that we do a stage 2 on a 121. I don't know if there's gonna be one for 117, the 24 117s yet this week, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Christopher Ashley, what's going on, brother? Thank you for coming in to the chat today. Hey, do me a favor. When you come on, say what bike you got, what year, so I can know who I'm talking to, what I'm talking about, things that I can hit on today. A bike is missing. A bike is missing. Power Vision came out already. No, Power Vision has not come out for the 24s yet. Thunder Max has dropped theirs. We've gotten a couple. We'll get into that. Okay, street glide. And listen, I have nothing against street glides. To be honest with you, I'd rather my be a street glide. Little known fact. I would much rather the street glide be my race bike. But in a second, I don't want to give out too much information, and there's nobody to catch it. 22 street glide. Okay, with a 135 Wrench of Fury. 2018 limited. See, this is what I want to hear. My big boy guys are in the building, man. So a lot of the times they'll be able to attest to some of the things I say. I just don't want to feel like I'm telling you guys something and nobody really can relate. So yeah. Tell me what you got. I want to ask Wrench Fury about that 135, how he likes it. If you had anything else to compare it to, and how much power did it make? What's up, man? Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got before I start digging into why bipolar isn't here right now. Restored Muscle LLC said bipolar is getting some work done in the lab. Get into it. It's gonna surprise you when it comes out. Hey, you know what? Look at my I dropped a little video today. It's a short. Look at my short today on YouTube if you haven't, and you'll see what's up with bipolar. You'll see. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm about to get into it, guys. If you haven't seen it, let me give you guys a few minutes. Do it in a second. And then you trying to watch. Start on 165, 35. Oh, okay. I want to talk to you about that 24 Road Glide CVO ST. Hey guys. Now, I'm gonna come out with a what I Road Glide CVO. I know guys have been asking me a few questions about it, but I'll answer some questions and I'll say this. The Road King is a Road King, and it's two different animals, two different rides, two different styles, two different anything. It would be a coin toss at this point. In the beginning, I said no CVO ST that competes with my Road Glide. But at this point, it's a coin toss. Now, this bike is way faster, way more. CVO ST, hands down, is a better looking bike in it. How much more of a better looking bike than it would be than the Road King. Yeah, you guys are going over there. So that would be the thing. Do I want? Remember, I was trying to make a highway riding, long distance stuff. I wanted to bike, but not a high horsepower bike, not a race bike, something that I could just go out cruise and not have the worry of, am I gonna make it back home with this bike? Is it gonna do something and leave me stranded? But if you're one of those guys that say, hey, look, I like to enjoy the ride, you need a Road King. If you want to enjoy the element, it's Road King all the way. A Road Glide blocks the wind. It's more of a Cadillac. It's more of I'm sitting behind the windshield and I'm sitting behind the front. I don't feel the weather as much, so that's just the difference. Me, I want to be in touch with the road a little bit more. I want to let that a little bit more, and but that's it. So still at this point, like I said, I'm 50-50. I was 0 to the CVO ST, but now I'm 50-50 coin toss. So it's a badass bike. It's been proven in seeing them. I can't find anything about the bike where I'm like, I don't like that. I have not seen one thing. I'm talking about from wheels to handlebars. Nothing on that bike I'm against. Saddlebags, just the body, the color. Come out with a new color next year. You know, I wouldn't jump on it, but I would still be like, you know, black and white is good. White, that's the ticket. I have heard that Road King. That's gonna make me probably bite the bullet, but be careful. I gotta be careful, guys. So Kenneth Smith said he does have the CVO ST made a pound of torque with a 135R. I've never R. Maybe it's something he had added, or maybe he can help us out and give me what the R stands for, because I don't believe Harley came out with anything with an R on it. The horsepower and the torque seems about right for a big bore kit. I mean, these bikes are monsters, man. These bikes are gonna be beasts when it's over with, when it's said and done. My thing is, a lot of guys that new Road Glides, I gotta figure out what they call them. Gen something. I don't know if this is Gen 3 and this is the Gen 2s, but I think they call it a Gen 3. So I could just call it a Gen 3. But the way they put the power down is unbelievable. It's like instant. It's a lot better than what we started off with. Yeah, guys, that's just, you know, technology you can't beat. Let me keep going down some of these comments, and then I'm gonna run back over any guys' new comments. So what we got? Coming to Georgia in October. Good idea. Guys, you come to the shop November-ish, you're gonna get some good weather. You're gonna see the numbers that you probably want to see that all the other guys are really kind of putting out there with their weather in all these different states. George puts down, listen, you can't deny it. The power that it puts down, it's usually a lot more than some of the other shops, but it's true power. You know, it kind of takes some, takes some massage under these bikes to get them to. Let me keep going. New paint. No, I didn't get new paint. That was a joke. It's an inside joke. The paint scheme. Nah, man. We're out there making sure that bike is dialed in out lately, and I want to make sure everything with my bike before I start to rocking and rolling with it. How am I sounding, guys? Am I good? Audio, visual. Let me know. If it's not, I'll try to fix something. Matter of fact, let me try to fix my mic. Lady Will, what's up? I've been missing you. Where you been at? You usually sliding around down here every now and then, so next time you come down, make sure you get up with me. And Mr. Will. What else we got? Oh, okay. I see that you messaged me a few times on Instagram. I don't forget much, man. I got a good memory. I just don't remember names. Faces, messages, I remember all that stuff. I couldn't help it if I tried. Sorry, guys, if I'm making a bunch of racket. Let's see what we got. Anybody else? Am I good? Am I back? Am I still cutting out? All right, good to go? Thanks. Guys, let me know if I'm still in and out on that mic. I'll try to fix it. If you're on the CVO ST, would you get rid of one on your bikes? I'm having issues, technical difficulties. Am I good? Would I get one of my bikes, newer or a light bike build, and keep it stock? If I were to come out with my third bike, because I'm not getting rid of the two I got. This bike is perfect for what it is. Bipolar is perfect for what she is. They are serving their purposes. They stay together. They don't break down on me. I don't have any issues with those bikes. So usually when somebody gets rid of a bike, it's for a reason. I can't think of a good enough reason. Harley's not going to put out anything as fast as those bikes. I like the style of those bikes. This is something completely different than that, the Road Glide, the Street Glide look. So I couldn't get rid of it. I like the way this bike just rides, the way it sits. I like everything about it. Man, is my Wi-Fi messing up? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me know. Let me know. Am I good? Am I back? All right. Good? All right. Let me see. Yeah, so I wouldn't get rid of the either one of the bikes. I would add to the collection of bikes. That CVO has called my name once or twice. I had somebody actually try to sell me theirs, but I just couldn't jump. I had this to build. I had this to finish. One project at a time, guys. One project at a time. The 135 was supposed to be the R, but was dropped to track only. Okay. Okay, I get it. I don't know if there's a difference, but if you guys can chime in and tell me. EPA tune, it made 153 with the Thunder Max 165. They're tuning. Well, remember now, that's a whole computer that you're putting in your bike. You beat it, guys. How can you beat it? If my mic keeps cutting out, I'm gonna have to turn it off and get right back to just me and the camera. Might sound kind of bad, but hey, let's see. Talk to me, Goose, on my back. I think I fixed it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Let's see. Rolling. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those rough ones today. All right. On the channel, on your bike, I have a 24 CVO ST. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to see what George does to the stage 2. So I'm waiting for the Power Vision. Yeah, that Power Vision, man. It's worth the wait. I do know that the Thunder Max is probably over $1,000. It's kind of expensive, but if you can't wait, you got to go with the Thunder Max. How am I? Come on, tell me it came back. Am I back? Please tell me I'm back. So for stage 2, Free Smoke said, what do you recommend? What setup do you... Oh, shit, got worse. Lagging. Oh, don't tell me that. Give me good news, not bad news, guys. Let's wait for a second. Let's wait. Let's just wait. All right. All right. Ask your questions. Get them in now so I can get off of this thing because it's killing me. Stage 2, 114. This is what I did. Thunder header, a T-Man air cleaner, and I do not know which cam, but I did do a CR480 before, and I got like about 130 horsepower out of it. The torque was a little low though, so depending on what direction you're trying to go, yeah, you got to figure out which cam you want. But your big things are a good air cleaner and a good exhaust. I feel like those give you the most instant feels and power between the two of those. The cam does its job, yes. No matter what cam you get, it's going to make power. But a good exhaust and a good air cleaner are going to really help that cam perform. So I don't ever work out cams. I can only tell you, look at the forums and see what everybody else goes with. You might be looking for a torque cam. I usually go for a horsepower cam, but not everybody wants to ride their bike at, 5,800 RPMs to get the power to come, start showing, Some people like their bottom end torque, $2,000, 2,200 RPMs. I don't need it to come on until 3,000 RPMs because that's just how I'm riding. And now that both of my bikes are big bore kits, it really doesn't matter where I'm at in RPMs. They're money. Let's see. All right. Let's say no bad weather. It's always bad weather. It's for the last few weeks, it's just been like nonstop rain, guys. Nonstop rain. Mike Anderson, what's happening? Jamaican Jason. Good looking out, brother. Let's see. Any racing going on during the October bike rally coming up next month? One can only hope. One can only hope. Be honest with you, man. I'm taking my Road King up there. I'm not going up there looking for action, but if something happens to fall into my lap, then we'll get it on. Some guys have called me out locally. This bike, they haven't called. Well, I got one guy that wants to call out bipolar. We'll see how that goes. But this bike is supposed to get some action. I can't make promises. I don't know. Guys say yes one day and no another day, but that's just what it is. Jamaican Jason, you live in Miami, or where are you from? Hey, prayers for Mike Anderson, man. Hope you get better, you feel better, everything clears up for you, and God bless you too, bro. This weekend, I heard might be some action. Might be. You never know. You just never know. You know what, guys, to be honest with you, and I'm going to talk racing real quick for a few minutes. I'm going to talk racing. You guys chime in and ask questions if you want. But racing is a delicate situation all of a sudden. Guys are afraid to lose and afraid to lose on camera. And speaking of camera, you know, they're afraid of this little thing right here. Soon as you pull it out, nobody wants to be embarrassed. Nobody wants to take that L. Nobody wants to, you know, have to go back to the drawing board because everybody feels like they already have what they need to beat the next guy. Or they're just gonna talk and talk and talk and try to intimidate someone and, you know, not really race. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I've been racing motorcycles since 2004. Yeah, I got my first bike was 2001 ZX7R. Remember the Cowie ZX7? ZX7s. And then right after that, I had like 4 different bikes on the road, like a R1, a Kawasaki, another Kawasaki. What was that other bike? Then I got when I started racing, it was a 02 Gixxer 1000. Swing arm, heads, head work, all this stuff. And that's when I kind of got bit by the bug. Before, I was just riding. So then I kind of really got into racing and going out and having fun and going to the track. And it was just all for fun. But all of a sudden, when I hit my 30s, guys kind of like didn't do the same style of racing. Just get out there, go. Whatever happens, happens. You lose some money, you win some money. You guys don't even race for money sometimes. It just kind of all became political. It all became, oh, you got this and I got that and da-da-da-da-da. Listen, I like your bike. I want to run it. That's it. That's what it needs to be. But now there's just so much behind it and so many guys trying to figure out what's what and who's on your team and who's not. Let me call this person. Let me try to get some information. That just took all the life out of racing. Yeah, it really did. That's why I'm like, I'm building this bike. I'm not going to build something that is just race only. And now I put this bike out in a video. Now people want to call me out and race it. Man, like, whatever, man. But anyways, moving on from racing. What else we got? Older bike. Christopher Ashley said an older bike was a stage 2 will come around in 2024. 131 and 135 because of the tune. I don't see me buying those motors knowing that. What do you think? Oh shit. Hard to say. That 20, let me know if I'm good. Let me know if I'm good before I start explaining, guys. I'll read the question again if I'm no good. All right. So, older 2023 stage 2 and beyond before versus a 2024 is gonna be hard to beat it. It's gonna be hard to beat the 2024. It's going to be hard to beat the 2024. Now, if I were saying that it was a 107, it was something else. That 2024 is a quick bike. It's quick. They finally got it together and gave Harley, whoever's building, they finally gave them enough money to make those bikes responsive. Remember, Harleys always were like lugging. They were like a lugging style of a bike. Guys used to just rev the gas to take off and all of that stuff. That new 2024 ain't like that. That one will hurt you. So, you know, if you're building a big motor in a 2024, and I understand what you're saying about the tuning, Chris, but I rode the stock CVO ST, and I ran it with a bike that I know has more power, and we were neck and neck for a little bit, and I just felt like his bike had more torque, and it was just easily moseyed around, and I wasn't on sport mode, so I really can't say, like, you know, if I were in sport mode, what would have really happened. I think I was just like in the regular mode. So, but I rode George's bike too, and the bike's fast, man. Guys, if you have an older bike, 107, or you have a 114 with less than $10,000 in it, and maybe a high mileage Gen 2, I think that's what I'm calling it now, the Gen 2, I'd get rid of it. I'd go get myself a 2024. George doesn't touch Indians, bro. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Indians. I saw one race. I mean, everybody felt like it was a fast bike, but he wasn't racing anything that I felt like was fast. And to watch the bike run, I wasn't super impressed either. Go look at the video I did in Atlanta. He went out there, he raced a bunch of people, you know, and the bike probably runs pretty good. I mean, it's probably the most you're gonna get out on one of those bikes as well, but not my cup of tea, not my thing. Harley, 2019 and better, I'm with it. I know we can make them fly. 18 CVO with a 128 kit, okay. Remember, guys, these bikes, 128 is going to make you release 150 horsepower and 150 foot-pound of torque. The new bikes are making what? 130s, 140s, you know. So you're gonna have a dogfight on your hand because they're lighter than you. That's the problem. You know, we get into these bikes and we get deep into them and we start throwing that money at them. Harley's not so fast to switch, you know, the face of the bikes and recreate a whole new bike. But, you know, when they do, guys, look at from when we were talking about the 103s. When you went from 103 to 114, that's like night and day. I'm not gonna add the 107 because he's just like the middleman. He really didn't have anything to do with this equation, but they really went from 103 to 117. I mean to 114. So look at it that way. Yeah, the CVO ST is just it has my attention. It has a buddy of mine's attention, and he just built a bike, and he has a fast bike. So I'm not the only one here. I mean, a lot of these guys that have had, now I'm not telling you not to get the regular CVO. I'm not telling you only go after CVO ST. I'm not telling you do any of those things. But, come on. What we're looking at now is just like, that bike is the future. We got to see what we can do with the 24 117s. All the YouTubers out there, and I know a lot of guys watch, and they might be watching my live just to see what I say and what I think. I'm around a lot of those bikes. After a few small touches, like an inner fairing, you know, paint the inner fairing or do the gloss black inner fairing, just little things like that. That's a nice bike. It looks a little cheesy and plasticky to me because they don't paint the inner fairing. They don't even give you the option. But once it's done, you're right back in the game. You're right back there. The bike looks like a $40,000 bike instead of the $28,000 bike, I'm being honest. And it rides like something pretty decent, man. I'm not down in the older bikes, but it does. What do we got? No Name. I already know who No Name is. I know who No Name is. Golden Child. He's talking about my do-rag. I sent my buddy to the shop. George is going to put a stage 2 on his 2024 Road Glide ST. Jamaican Jason. Come down, man. Let me know what day you're going to come down. And because I think I met you at Bike Night, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, come down, man. I want to see his bike, see what's going on. There are a couple bikes in there now, but they're 121s getting stage 2s. And I want to get my hands on a stage 2 off of a 117 and we'll see what kind of power it brings. Where can you get that air cleaner? That is a T-Man Performance air cleaner, guys. If you're gonna do a big bore kit, I suggest getting it. If you have a bike with a nice cam in it, I suggest getting it. If you're just doing a stage 1, it's too much for the bike, in my opinion. But it's your money. It's your money. Your credit card, your cash, whatever you want to do is yours. Somebody just ride past me on a bike and they don't even stop and say hi. Man, what a world. What a world we live in. But yeah. Let's see. Debated on what you said, either building a motor on a stage 2 or taking that money and getting a CVO ST. Leave the stage 2 where it's at. You got to think about it, man. You do the stage 2, you're dropping $3,000-$4,000. Okay? And it might be as fast as the CVO ST. It might be. It might be. I don't know what year your bike is, but if you got payments on it, you might as well just cut your losses now, cut the arm off, save the body, and get the CVO ST. But maybe that's my love for the CVO ST and I'm pushing on everybody else. So I'll take that back. I take it back. Yeah, it's a 22. That's a hard pill to swallow because 9 times out of 10, you're not getting your money back. Unless somebody works out a crazy deal with you, you're upside down. I don't even want to get into that. But if you can work out a deal and not do it, I mean, man, look, be honest with you, if I had to lose $2,000, I'd just lose it. For me to get into a new bike, something that I'm like, all right, I got the top of the line, I got the big dog, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's just me. The normal brain here wouldn't do it, but my motorcycle brain is like, I need it. Would it fit on a 96 twin cam? Nothing fits in a 96 twin cam, but I think you can put a 110 in that bike. I mean, the bike moves once you do it too, though. But don't get a new bike if you can, man. But if you're going to that 110 that they made, I can't think of the name of the 110 kit. I don't think it's the Screaming Eagle. I can't remember. I think it's just the S&S 110 kit. What do I suggest for a Highway 21 Road Glide cam wise? Listen, 475 cam has been proven, man. Proven. 475 in it, especially if you're just highway riding that bike. You need that bottom end torque to go around a car or two, and you without dogging out your horsepower, dogging out your fuel economy. I know a lot of the highway guys like their fuel economy and they want to keep it so they time their stops. S&S 475 cam. Good exhaust, D&D Thunderheader, Bassani, the Chromeworks Outlaw, something like that. Slap it on there, decent air cleaner, Trask, whatever you like. Rocking and rolling, rocking and rolling. Yes, the S&S tire shredder, 110 tire shredder, that's it. But yep. Let me see here, what else we got? What else we got? Let me go back through, guys, and I'll go back over what I had to say a little bit earlier. Why the Road Glide is not here. Why Bipolar is not here. If you haven't looked at my short. If you haven't looked at my short today, and it is on my story on Instagram, don't forget, guys, go over there and follow me on Instagram, man. A lot of times I post stuff there that I don't post over on YouTube because, you know, how YouTube gets. But my short today was the beginning of why the bike's not here. The bike's not hurt. The bike's not anything like that. The bike, we're dialing it in. We're going through everything because I might have some races coming up. So I want to make sure that bike is 100% on go when I do pull it out. We've been called out on this bike too. I don't know why, but I'm thinking guys just want to try and get a win off this bike. This is not a race bike. This is my ride around bike. This is what I'm going to take to go to Daytona and go to all these different places. But I think it's quick. I told guys I'm not racing this bike, but when you knock on my door kind of gotta oblige. I don't want to, but I got to. You know, it's one of those things. I still like to have fun. What we got? Nah, man, I own my bike. Got over 10K in it. If you own your bike and you got 10K in it, keep it. Put another 10K in and you'll be faster than any other bike that Harley's ever gonna come out with. Just my opinion. The old bikes still look good. And I hate to call them old, but second generation. I think that's what we're calling it. The second generations. You have so much more aftermarket, so much more things you can do, and they're not gonna stop making parts for it. So why at that point trading in? But if you're on the opposite end of that thing, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. 107, 103, it's gotta go. I don't care. I don't care. What else we got? Thoughts on the Redshift 468? We really don't use them. We're really into the Cycloramas, the Cyclorama cams, the SNS cam. There's another cam out there. I won't mention the name that he likes to use, but what are you looking for with the cam? You know, if you're telling me you're looking to race, now I'm not going to use a 468 cam. If you're looking for a torque cam, I'm always going to side with the SNS 475. What else we got? Waiting on someone to make a kit where I can put that 24 Road Glide front fairing on my 20 Road Glide special. And I believe somebody's going to do it. I don't know if, you know, all the brackets are the same or whatever, or how close they are, but it can't be too far off. They're going to be able to do it. And I believe that to get the front fairing and to get a headlight, if painted, if it's $1,500 is worth it. That's just me. Gary Johnson said the 468 sucks. I guess that's why I don't know enough about it. A lot of these places, a lot of these builders, a lot of these designers, they don't all go to race application. Remember, you know, some of this has to be done in certain states where they can't have certain racing outfits in their motors. You know what I'm saying? So they would have to give something that's compliant. I don't know too much about the 468 to even kind of like get into it, but maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Maybe it does make power, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it makes power in their certain configurations and won't make power for the guy that's trying to just slap theirs in and go. Torque, but drops off around 3K. Okay. I enjoy more mid-range and still pull in third and fifth gear on the highway. Yeah, all right. Proper run attempts for M8s because it becomes a concern. Depends on what you have. 220, stay in there. Remember, guys, to put that bike on the highway, it's going to be a little hotter than cruising around town. Okay, as long as you're cruising around town and getting it in motion, it's going to be cooler on the street. Once you get on the highway and you're locking in 2,500, 3,000 RPMs, that thing is going to start cooking. And especially here for us, that's where my bikes get their hottest. As soon as I get off the highway, I'll drop 20 degrees instantly. Better off buying a crate 124 and 128. Why you say that? Because I don't know if you're asking me or you're telling me, but why do you say, maybe hold on, let me see. What bike did you have? Let me scroll up. Oh, okay, so you got the 96. Yes, the SNS 124 is bulletproof. I've always said that. You know, the guys who do all the stunt riding, they beat the brakes off those bikes. They beat those bikes and they're on the limiter. I mean, of course, you bring the chip down a little bit, but wheelies and all that stuff, that's an SNS 124 mode. Ta-da. Let me see. What else we got? Still going through. Yeah, you do have to put a lot into a big bore kit. Remember, besides maintenance, the next thing that makes these bikes go is cooling. Cooling that oil. Keep the oil cool, the bike runs forever. I do have an oil cooler on this bike, guys, but I also run E85 on the bike. I can't tell you which one is doing more for me, but I have ridden my bike without the oil cooler, with E85, but I can't compare that either because the motor wasn't the same size. You know, we went from stage 2 to, as soon as I did the big bore kit, I did oil cooler as well. Now stage 2, of course, runs cooler than this. It has no choice. But what are we talking about? 20, 30 degrees? Is it a big jump? No. When you see it, yes. Like when you notice it, oh God, I'm at 235. I'm at 240 now. Versus when you're right around 218, you know, 206 every now and, you know, there's a big difference. I do not use a fan with my cooler. If I had one, you know, I'd slap it on, but I don't. I haven't felt like I needed it, and I think maybe the E85 is just that much of a help at the same time. Guys, I mean, everybody has their own way and methods to doing things. My bikes have lasted. I've had this bike a year. Big bore kit for about, what has it been? A month and a half, 2 months? Ride it like I stole it. The other bike, bipolar, no issues out of that bike. Ride it to Daytona. That's all I needed to do. I'm trying to keep up with all the messages, guys. Let's go. Let's go back up a little bit. Hey guys, if you have any experience with somebody's question, like if you got an answer, chime in on the question, because I don't know all of everything that a lot of the guys are asking, especially about cams. If you know me, you know I don't ask George a lot about specific parts. Cam is one of them. You know, I don't ask because I don't want to know, and I don't want the information to get leaked. That's his secret. That's his recipe. That's his sauce. That's what I call it. He's over there stirring the pot. Guys, you got to remember this. Anybody can have all the ingredients, but they can't always make it work. So once he has everything and he wants to tell somebody, that's on him. Guys, he could sell you a kit. You know, he can do all those things too. So by me going out and telling something or asking and being, you know, that kind of guy, that ain't my style. Nah, not even a little bit. So if you guys know a good cam, like I heard the Woods was a good cam, but I don't think we run it at the shop. Let's keep going. Let me know, guys, if I'm starting to cut out. The best clutches out there. You want to make me say it? Get yourself some stock clutches and have fun. Put you the 1275 springs in. They call it like the Harley Performance springs and the Harley Performance clutches. All it is the CVO clutches and the CVO springs. I don't know if anybody knew that, but there you go. If you didn't know it, go riding. Now, after that, you remember, I run a lockup clutch. A lockup clutch is, you know, or if your bike has more than probably like 150 foot-pounds of torque, then you need a little bit more than that setup I just gave you. Remember, we drag race the bikes. So we won't set our bikes up the same way a lot of guys will. I mean, yeah, we can get through the gears and we're having fun, good job and whatever, but I needed to bite early. I need the power to be put down to the bike early, so I can accelerate as hard as I possibly can. That's why we run the chain drive and the compensator ramps and, you know, the lockup clutches. We need that now. The billet baskets, we need it now, and I don't want to have any weak spots. So that's where we're at with that. For a reason, he ain't telling all the secrets. Hurley Lawn, you are absolutely right, and that's why when guys ask me and they get pissed off because I don't give them an answer, how you gonna get mad at me? You didn't see me put a cam in this bike. you would, like, why would I go out and do that? Now, I know some people who do. They get a recipe and they'll tell it all. That's on them. That's why they'll never be ahead of the game. So what do they have to do? They have to come on down and see the man himself. That's it. That is what it is. 21, 22XE, also on the 124, great torque. I'm on a recluse basket and clutch, moonshine compensator around. Yeah, if it works for you, I mean, I can't tell you to go differently. Guys, you got to remember this. These places, a lot of them don't make their own parts. They all get them from somewhere. Or yeah, it might be 3 different places that makes these parts, but when you get it, it might have this person's name on it, and now it's your part. And you think you got it from him. No, he got it from the same guy that uses these parts and this part. Yeah, that's how it goes. What do you think about George working on a new Road Glide 3? Okay, yes. So we're all calling it a Gen 3, right? Okay. Finally, somebody answered me. All right, so it's the best bike on the market. You can't get around it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. You can't get around technology. You can't get around the new Road Glide. The new 2024 bikes. How about that? You can't get around it. You can try and think that, you know, you're just going to find out at the end of the day that you should have did it earlier. I'm being honest with you. You're going to find out that you should have did it earlier, and you don't know what you were waiting for. And now everybody's like parts and parts ahead of you, and now you got to figure out how to catch up. And that's what makes you spend a lot of money at one time. The reason why I always said don't get that bike yet is because they were going to have issues. Every YouTuber you see has had issues with the bike. All of them but the STs. I haven't seen any of the CVOs have issues. But whatever they did with the regular Road Glides have issues. Call me crazy. And a lot of the guys, they're getting upset about it. And a big thing about when you have an issue with a new bike, you got to wait for a bunch of people have the same issue to make them fix it, to make them find out what's the problem. They can have a few people with the issue and they just replace the part. Nobody learned anything from that. And here we go again. And 2 months from now, you're going to end up with the same issue. A few months from now, same temperature, same something that happens next year. The season came back around. Now you're going to have that issue. Do it again. One more year, now you're out of warranty. Ken Chavis. Hope I'm not butchering your name. I'm reading a couple of your comments. Hold on, give me a second. Big tire kit. Okay, so what big tire kit are we talking about? Fat tire or 26 and better? I'm gonna assume that's what we're talking about. One of those two. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions because I got a buddy that's in the same situation, and I've been trying to tell him, and I got a story to tell you guys about him. Okay, fat tire. All right, you cool with me? So I got a buddy, and all he's wanted to do is put a bunch of music on the bike, put a big wheel on the bike, and go have fun. And big wheel meaning bigger than a 26. I don't have a problem with it. That's his bike. That's his money. But the flip side of this, he rides like me. He likes to beat up on the bike, dry hops and burn tire and all that stuff. And then he has the bike for a month. He's only had it a month. It's going to be at the shop this week. And he pops the belt. I'm like, bro, that's a brand new belt. After he showed it to me, I could tell it was a brand new belt. And how'd you do it? He was all dry hopping the bike. It's kind of like a bunny hop. Skirt the back tire. Pops the belt. So I'm saying now, you think you could do that when you got this big old wheel in front of you, this big pizza cutter in front of you. He's like, thinking about it. I'm like, don't go any bigger than a 23. Try and stick to a 21. But he doesn't like the style of it. Whatever. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. You're going to be back in the shop trying to take that big wheel off. So, and he's going to do motor work. So, to answer the question, get the bike, the motor and everything done first see how you like it, and then decide if you want to do a big wheel, fat wheel, whatever else you want to do. Remember, all those wheels are going to slow you down. Just the nature of it's physics here. Now, can those bikes still be fast with a fat tire? I know a few bikes that are still fast with fat tires. Yes, but you got to dump a lot of money and a lot of motor behind that bike to really make it just even perform as what a stage 2 would with a normal size wheel in front. That's it. That's it. Oh, Ken said it's for show, not go. I wouldn't do a big bore. I'd go stage 2, call it a day. You really wouldn't even really tell the difference in the sound. But it'll hit you in the pocket a little bit differently. It's a thing here in Dayton, Ohio, big wheel baggers, and they ride like crap. I'm not gonna get into the big wheel bagger thing, because I almost did it. I was down there about to get my deposit for a 26-inch front wheel, all this music, airbag suspension, and I don't know what talked me out of it, but I'm glad I didn't go that route, because I like to ride. I really, really like to ride more than anything. So there we go. What else we got? What did I hear about the new Road King? I didn't hear much. I just heard rumors. I couldn't tell you like where this rumor came from because me and a couple other guys heard a rumor, but it could just be talk. Could be just talk. It would hurt my feelings. I'd have a decision to make. I'm not getting rid of my bike, but you know, I would be like, hey, I feel like I'm in the past now. You guys are leaving me behind. And you would have to do something really, really, really good to that new Road King to impress me over this bike. There's nothing I haven't really touched on this bike, so what are you gonna do? But it would have to be the CVO. Rich Fury, you be safe out there. I have a 21 in the front and an 18 in the rear on my Road King. Mike, what year is the Road King again? 96? Yeah, that's I was running well, I'm running 21-17 just because of my tire choice, and I like the way it kind of sits the bike back a little bit, you know, sits it down a little back in the rear. But man, I'd never get rid of my Road King. You got me over here thinking about taking my bike out. It's raining. I never get rid of it. But guys, that's the thing. One more time, and I'm about to get out of here because the game's on. Oh, it's a 2007. Sorry, brother. Bipola's not here because she's got some racing, maybe. Some racing coming up, so she's getting dialed in. We're rechecking suspension. We're rechecking clutch. We're rechecking a few things just to be 100% sure that I have no hiccup and the bike rides like, because that bike, man, I'll be honest with you, I'll ride it anywhere and it just rides so smooth. When I run the bike hard, it runs the same way. It's just smooth, no hiccups, no issues. So, yeah, guys, that's where it's at. I appreciate you for watching, joining, subscribing. I'm going to have some videos coming soon. If you guys have anything you want to see, just let me know. Because a lot of the times I blaze through things. I don't even realize what I'm doing like after the fact. I know what I'm doing in the moment, but not after the fact that guys might want to see on these bikes. So, guys, appreciate you for watching, joining, subscribing. Go watch and subscribe to my Instagram. Hit me over there if you guys got questions and I don't answer it, you know, on YouTube or something like that. But I'm here to help, guys. Or if I can't do it, I'll get you in touch with the right person who can. So, till the next time, guys, peace.